The ducks are coming up here. Kind of looks like. They were all those ducks were on the other side of the river, and they flew over here about the time I was walking up. I was kind of wondering if they thought I was going to feed them. But then it looked like they were just hanging out in the river and not actually walking up to where I was at. I'm going to put my glove on real quick. Right now I'm done moving the phone around. It's like warm, so I didn't have gloves on at first, but hands will probably eventually get cold, so I decided to just put gloves on. Oh, the ducks are walking down the path now. They're following me. Hi, Mr. Winnie. Here, I can do that. I mashed the wrong buttons, but hello. I don't have my gloves on quite all the way. I'm fat fingering all the buttons. That's what I was wondering. They're still coming down the pathway. It's like, are they actually chasing me for food? Should I go back and see if they walk right up to me? And high logarithm. This, yeah. Kind of funny. They're still coming down the path. I'm being chased by ducks. Or either they're just cruising down the path and doesn't have anything to do with me. Oh, there's two over there hanging out. Those look like different kinds. Those aren't mallards. Those are some other kind. They have like red heads, it looks like. Or brown or something. The other two are still coming down the path. There's a person walking down also. Wonder what they're gonna do when the person gets to them. If they're gonna like attack them for food. Or if they're going to fly away. Attack them for food. Wow. Oh, They looked like one of them flew into the river, and the other one let the person walk right by them. So, not very scared. Maybe they really were chasing me for food. I don't remember if I've streamed here recently. I think the last time I streamed here was when I just got back up here after all the flooding. And I think I walked up there on that side. I think this path here was still underwater then. But there's still a bunch of trees left here. Yeah, it's really nice. There's still a bunch of trees here, and there's like these big, like right here, like rock, like sandbars kind of like behind the trees all up under the bridge. And on this side, all of these trees are like kind of, so you can see everything is kind of dirt where it's washed some of the dirt, grass away. And a lot of the trees and bushes are just like flying way over. Oh, hi fish. Good. It's just early. I started late, so it'll just be a really short one until it gets dark. See, the sun, there's no sun here. I was in the sun back there. I guess it's behind the buildings right now. The sun's like about to set. How are you, fish? Yeah, I think the last time I walked here was when it was still flooded. I think. But see, all these trees are like really like knocked over. I guess we'll see pretty soon how many of them are still alive, because a lot of the trees are starting to get leaves and stuff now. Just starting to. Oh, cool. That means we can play some multiplayer Beat Saber, right? I might finally be getting around to unsetting up my VR, if that makes sense. Because I still hadn't moved my computer downstairs. I kept putting it off because I don't really want to. Something like that, yeah. I kept putting it off because, well, I was gonna move downstairs mostly so I don't wake girl up coming home late at night. She said she didn't think I'd really been waking her up much, but she's been waking me up a lot in the mornings, which is not really that big of a deal. Oh, look, this tree does have flowers already. Most mornings it doesn't really matter because I'll just go back to sleep, and I work late so I can just sleep late to get more sleep. Worst case, I just don't have as much time to do stuff before work. I guess the only day it would really be annoying is if I don't sleep much Friday and then I work late Friday night. So I'd kind of just, I've only worked, late like that a couple of weeks. I was kind of seeing how annoying it was going to be. I'd rather stay upstairs, but so I was trying to decide if it was actually that bad, if I should actually move downstairs or not, before I just went through all that effort of moving everything and moved downstairs. Although, I guess it'd probably be fine if I stayed upstairs. It'd probably be better if I just moved downstairs. So, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. So unless I change my mind, I think it's pretty much time to move. She has been going to bed. So it hasn't, the other thing would be nice also is if I moved my computer downstairs, would be the nicest thing. So I have my computer in the same room it was last time you visited, and Meryl is in the bedroom that you slept in, and I'm in the same one I was in last time. So what I'd do is move my bed and computer downstairs, is what I was planning on doing. Computer would actually be nice because she has been going to bed earlier and getting up earlier, and then, I can't really stream. It depends on the day and stuff, but sometimes she doesn't, like me streaming a huge amount. If I'm streaming right up until, which I could see that if I'm in the other room playing Beat Saber and I'm screaming and stuff like that, I could see that it would make me not feel like going to bed as much. Probably. Because there's been a few nights where, like the first couple of days I worked, I started earlier in the day instead of being night shift. And there was a couple days I was actually trying to get to bed earlier. I think one of the days she was on a Discord call or something in her bedroom, and that was making me not really want to go to sleep. Or talking to someone, I don't remember. It might have not been those days, but there's been a few days like that. So, yeah, I should stop, see the river while I'm like on the bridge over it. Oh, look, it's cool. It's spring. It's still. Wait, never mind. It's not February. It's March. It's actually March. But so I guess it basically is spring. But see, all the trees are starting to get their flowers. In like another month, it'll be like prime cherry blossom season. Yeah, kind of cool. I'm used to everything being, just brown, and the trees are trying to get flowers and stuff. I might. Hi, Ari. Yeah, I've never gone to UW to see the blossoms. I went to most of the other cool places that people recommended to go last year, just not UW. So I guess I should go, because that's like the one place I haven't been. And how are you, Ari? So I assume maybe in a month I should go there. If I'm going to UW to see the blossoms, I could also go walk along that trail I did last time that went down by the water. I could even walk along the one on the other side, on the UW side, and stream or something. I'm good. It's very warm today. Well, not exactly warm, but like I'm not cold at all. I guess the high was like 58. And tomorrow is supposed to be like 62, which I'm, happy about. It's warm and the trees are getting their blossoms. So it's, it's like spring basically. Kind of excited about spring. Uh-huh. Oh, look. These trees down this street are getting their blossoms also. The pink ones. The phone doesn't. Yeah, I'm weird now. Current me is weird compared to 2 years ago. Yeah, I wouldn't have been going outside all winter, and I maybe would have ventured out now, but I would have said my hands were turning to ice cubes. And you know, current me is just like, oh, it's nice. It's hot almost. It's like I still have a jacket on, so I can't really say it's hot, but like, you know, I also wouldn't say it's cold. So here, there used to be a tree here. Actually, I don't think that tree, it looks like it's in the ground, but I think there were some bushes here, but didn't think there was a tree that big. But there did used to be land that went out a little bit in the river here, like some dirt that stuck out a bit, kind of like right down there. Because I used to take Mog here, and he would like to get in the river here, and it washed all that away, the flooding and parts of the benches, I guess. Yeah. They still haven't opened this. They have it closed off. There was a big tree on those benches, like, hung up on them, that they went and cut it off. And I guess it broke the boards. I don't know why they have it closed unless, actually it looks like the dirt might be washed out from under the path down there. So that might be why. Or maybe because of the benches. And yeah, that's why all the trees are laying over sideways and stuff. This is all the stuff. So the water got up this bridge, the water got up to it where it was hitting the bottom of the bridge. So that's how deep it got. So, you know, everything below bottom of the bridge height was completely underwater, like the path over there and all those benches. Yeah. Since that was like, I'm really surprised that, like, I figured it would have washed some of the path away over there because the whole thing's all along the river. But it's all, and you know, just completely destroyed those trees. It kind of just knocked them over, but and they're still, I assume they'll still be alive. Unless they were like, it took like a week for the water to get down, so unless it killed them being underwater that long, but it was winter, they didn't have leaves or anything, so I assume they'd be fine. The path over there, there's one place right along here where there used to be more dirt kind of going out, and when you're over there, you can see like this area right there. I think it's washed out up from under like the edge of the path where it's like brick and then it's concrete at the edge, just like this one, and I think it's washed out some of the dirt along the edge of the concrete, but they opened it back up, so I guess it's, you know, structurally sound, at least enough. So I'm kind of surprised they don't have this opened, but some ducks. Oh yeah, like this tree that's knocked over is starting to get leaves, so it's still alive, just laying over sideways. I wonder if it'll stand back up once it gets leaves, or if it's just gonna stay sideways and then the branches grow up. Oh yeah, see right here, it looks like some of the bricks have washed away, and some of it there. Yeah, I couldn't tell. At first it looked almost like it was, but I don't think it is. And I don't remember there, unless I've forgotten, which I could have, I don't remember there being a tree that big there. Like, I was thinking it was all small stuff like these, so I think that one is just hung up there. Because there's a one down here hung up, and there's a whole pile of them over on the other side of the bridge. Because there's one that got hung up under the bridge, like like a whole entire tree, like the whole entire tree just fell in the river with like the big bushy branches and everything, and just hung up under the bridge, and a bunch of other trees piled up on it, like, because before, when the first time I came here, it was still flooded. There were a lot more trees, and they went and I guess cut the one out from under the bridge once the water went down. I'll walk down that way, so we'll see them in a minute. Oh, fish. Are you busy tonight? Or would you want to play multiplayer Beat Saber tonight? See, these right here are blooming. Funny if you don't. I know it's like not. Oh, okay. Oh, did you play a lot when you got it set up? I assume you'd be sore also even if you played a little, because like you hadn't played in so long. Unless I've forgotten, it's been like a while since you've had your VR set up. Yeah, I was gonna ask. I thought, well, maybe in case I like decide to tear mine apart like Tuesday or something, and then I don't have it set up for like a week, maybe we should play multiplayer. Oh, I still feel like 2 hours is a lot if you haven't played in a while. At least it's usually enough to make me sore if I haven't played in a while. Oh, okay. Here's all these other trees that are all just sitting here. So there was, right after it, a big one on this side with some of its branches hung up against the bridge. Play more until you fall is pretty fun. Well, if you're not too sore to play it, you could play some more it, yeah. I feel like I have Until You Fall, but I don't actually remember. Or maybe I've just seen it a lot, but the name sounds really familiar. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's a sword game. Oh, so this is really funny. They have a no walking, use crosswalk sign, so you don't walk over here to the other side of the trail. And they made this nice sidewalk and a place to walk down, but there's no crosswalk painted on the road. So they want you to go across there where there's not a crosswalk and go there and there. Which is really weird. They made it really obvious that they don't want you coming across here, I think because the stop bar is up there. But there's also not a crosswalk on the other road that they tell you to walk across. I've definitely mentioned it before. Okay, I was thinking you had. It's a roguelite combat game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to play that also. Hadn't played that many VR games. Like, I played Synth Riders the other week. And, that was making me want to go play more VR games. I thought about playing Half-Life Alyx. I see. Okay, I was thinking I bought it when it was on sale or something. But I couldn't remember who it was at, or if I just remembered, like, you talking about it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ari, the river. So I guess that bridge is slightly lower than this bridge. So that bridge down there, the water was hitting the bottom of the bridge. That one, the one down there. Like when it got the highest. This one, it was basically up to the bottom of the bridge. It wasn't actually hitting it. The other one, it was like damming up on the bridge a little bit. So like, you know, everything here below bridge height was underwater. And it was like that for days before the water went down. Like before it went down all the way. I think it was only hitting the bottom of the bridge for like, I never saw it because, you know, I was in Georgia visiting my parents. I think I streamed here one day when I got back and walked along here, and the path over there was still underwater when I came here. I think that's the highest I had seen it, but I'd seen videos that people put on Facebook of the water hitting the bridge. Oh, when I was here, with the water still a little high. But yeah, so it was like, you know, I didn't get to actually see it when it was hitting the bridge, which I would have liked to, because I wasn't even in the state. But I didn't think the flooding was cool and it destroying stuff, but it's like if it's going to be flooding and I'm here, I'd like to go see it. There would have been a bunch of come watch the flood, you know, crazy flooding IRL streams if I had been, you know, here, probably. At least all the places that you could still go to. There's like Green River and stuff, they told you not to get on the levees, on the trail, because trails were on the levees, so I wouldn't have gone down there. But here there were like tons of videos of people like standing on the bridges. They closed the bridges one of the days, I think, because there was like, you know, trees coming down the river slamming into the bridges and stuff. I should be live on it right now, the IRL one. Are there only 3 on there? I feel like all the ones from the last few months should be on there. Oh, wait, you might have been on the videos tab, because I have put like a few videos on there. And I feel like it was maybe 3 videos. Because the live streams are on a separate live stream tab. It's kind of weird how YouTube shows them. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember this last time I came here, when I streamed, all this was like sand. Like you could see that bench sticking out of the sand a little bit. And the whole pathway and the stairs here were all like just smooth sand over them. So they had to come through and dig all this out. All the ducks are coming up here like, hey, are you gonna feed us? I don't have any food. I'm sorry, ducks. Oh, you sending the flooded VOD to Ari? Sweet. Thank you, fish. I assume that's what it is. Oh yeah, I should say for anyone that doesn't know. So it's confusing. So YouTube, I have IRL streams in too many places. So, okay, so YouTube is the stream, like the one it shows on there, it's a VOD of the stream, just like on Twitch. The YouTube one's nice because like that VOD's not on Twitch anymore because it's been like 2 months, but it's still on YouTube. But then I record the stuff on my phone. If I'm bike streaming, my Velovox can't record stuff, but my phone can. And I don't do it every stream because it's a lot of editing and stuff, or it's just kind of annoying. But the streams that are really, really bad bitrate wise, I get them off my phone, and usually it's multiple videos because I stop the stream sometimes, you know, when ads are applying, or, you know, switching stuff on my phone and everything. But I'll put them all together and upload them on my VOD channel. So anyways, some of the stuff, like when I went to Mount Rainier and stuff, where I had really, really bad internet sometimes, and Starlink cut off. If anyone wants to go back and watch some of the stuff, like while I didn't have internet, it's on the VOD channel. You know, maybe I should put those versions on the IRL YouTube also. I just never even thought about that, and I was just putting it on the VOD channel. I could put them on both. I'd just have to go, you know, upload them to both. Which, I mean, Comcast I haven't angered them yet, even with the amount of data I use. So they haven't, you know, threatened to cancel my internet. So I think I would be fine. If they did cancel it, I'd be screwed because I can't get any other internet, basically. Let's just come back over here. Yeah, so this also, you should be able to see it on that stream. I walked along the top. I think the whole path down here was under the sand. I think it was that stream, because I was thinking when I streamed the water was still up over the pathway. I don't remember, or I might have since then also, but the ducks seem like they're coming over here for food. But the all of this was like sand all built up on here and over some of the grass, so they had to go clear it all out also. Just like the IRL streams, I put them on my VOD channel like I do the Beat Saber VODs. And even the Beat Saber ones are the recordings, so it's better quality than, you know, what it was on Twitch, which is kind of nice. But the IRL ones, I just put what OBS records, which is as bad as the bitrate. Yeah. Like it peaked, you know, not this bridge, but another bridge down, it was hitting the bottom of the bridge. The ducks are slowly coming over here closer and closer. It's like, hey, are you gonna feed us or are you just standing there? We want food. 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 And this was all, you know, obviously underwater also. Like where the trail goes under the bridge. First time I came here after it flooded, it also looked like it had filled all this up with sand. Where it was probably so high that you couldn't really walk under the bridge. So I think they had to dig all this out. And you can tell, see it like just decimated part of this. Like, I think those sandbags had already been there, but here's some new ones they put. So it looks like they had to build this back up where it washed all the dirt away from the trail. It kind of looks like it's, you know, washing away again because it doesn't have any grass on it. And broke that big tree off. Because all of this was, you know, underwater, like where I'm standing at. I guess the water must have come up to the, like, top here. If I can find them and they're shareable and stuff on Facebook, I think I'll go try to put, like, if there's some reels or something for the water hitting the bridge like I was talking about, I'll go try to put those on my Discord. It's like, I don't know if I can find them. It's really hard to find stuff on Facebook. Like, you see it, and then you don't ever see it again. But I saw a couple people like post stuff on Facebook of the water. At least one person of the water hitting the bridge, and a few other people of like around then when the water was just like, you know, a foot or two lower. I don't know. Some of the stuff I had seen stuff and tried to go show it to Viral after that and couldn't find it again. So I guess, but if I find any of the stuff, get around to looking and finding it, I'll put it on Discord. So, and you'll be able to see down here, there's a, all along the path down here, also there's like dirt all up over the grass and everything, from where all of this was like underwater on the side of the path. See, like all of this right here, it like washed a bunch of the trees away, and there's just like sand and dirt all out here. So I'm kind of curious. It's the lake. When this goes down to the lake is really, really shallow compared to how it used to be. Like the whole area of the lake around where the river comes out, it's just like filled it up. And like I've gone down there in the summer one time and rented kayaks and then kayaked up the river, and I'm kind of wondering if you'll even be able to do that hardly in the summer now, or if the water is going to be so shallow that you can't even, get up to the river. I've seen somebody this time of year kayaking up the river, but like this time of year with at winter water levels, the water's still, I think, shallower or just as shallow as it usually is in the summer at that part. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like in the summer. It's like a crazy amount of sand and trees and stuff that it washed out in the lake. Yeah. It was the river was rock. Like, the river is actually pretty solid, the bottom of it. You can walk out in it in the summer. I've never tried putting my feet down in the lake. When I kayaked up the river before, I made it about up to this bridge, and then by then the river was shallow enough that the water was moving fast enough that I just really couldn't paddle hard enough to fight the water. Like, it got way harder, and I made it about up to the bridge, and then I could paddle hard enough to just sit there still and not, my arms not just give out immediately, which I'm not used to paddling. If I kayaked a lot, I could probably paddle a lot more efficiently and have more arm stamina. And it wasn't deep enough. It wasn't so shallow that it wasn't like where I was bottoming out. It was just I wasn't strong enough to fight the current. And that was about up to here. So it was pretty deep. I want to say in the lake, I couldn't see the bottom from the lake. So I'm guessing it was probably, 4 or 5 feet deep. And then the river, you couldn't hardly, when you first went up to the river, couldn't hardly see the bottom. And then by the time I got up to here, you had to it was shallow enough that there was shallow places in the water where I would bottom out. So I kind of had to go back and forth and find the deep channel of the river to keep going up. But even the deep channel was usually so much current. I said something about a 2-person kayak because so we went and rented kayaks here. It was the first time we ever rented kayaks. And then we went another place and rented kayaks, and they had 2-person kayaks. And she said that she wasn't getting in the kayak with me. I don't know why, because I have never turned over. She's the one that turns over her kayaks. I don't ever turn over in my kayak. So I don't know why she wouldn't get in the kayak with me. But she said that she was never going to get in the kayak with me. So, I guess I won't have any help. If I want to kayak up the river, I'm going to have to do it by myself. I might be able to convince her to tie a rope from her kayak to my kayak and pull me if she can paddle harder than me. Maybe. Well, actually, I should clarify. She didn't turn her kayak over. She sunk it. She did keep it upright. It just sunk. The one time I'm thinking about. I've only ever gone kayaking with her 2 times. One time she sunk, and the next time she was fine. So I guess she probably doesn't care if I tell, because she's told everybody that, you know, we've talked about kayaking about it. So it was when we came here. The water was really the lake had really big waves. There were like a whole bunch of people boating and jet skis going around out in the middle, and it was windy that day. And I hadn't kayaked in years, and it was almost making me sick. It was so wavy. So I decided to go up the river, and she decided she was going to go way out into the lake, because they told you could go out into the lake as far as you wanted. Just not get over at the edge of the lake near the airport, because they land seaplanes in the lake there. So that part of it's closed to boating and kayaking. So she went way out, like way out, and she said it was fine, you know, going out, and she was going into the waves. But when she turned around to come back, the back of the kayak was lower than the front, so the waves went, and these were, it's kind of weird. The other places that I've rented kayaks at have like lake kayaks. Here they rent you river kayaks for a lake, and you don't have a skirt, so you don't have any way to keep water from getting in. So hers, the back of the kayak was low enough that the waves just poured over into the kayak until it sunk. And once it sinks, supposedly you know what you're doing. You can unsink them yourself without having another person in a kayak to help you or something, I think. Like if you're a, you know, really experienced kayaker. If you're out in the lake by yourself, you're just basically screwed. So she didn't actually tilt it over. So I was thinking about that. I said flip it, and I was like, well, I don't want people to think she just can't balance and flipped her kayak. She just like went out into the middle of the lake, like way out into the lake where it was super wavy, and the waves were enough they went over the back and, you know, sunk the kayak. So it was really funny. We had the rental for like 2 hours, so I come up the river. Like, I made it up until almost that bridge, and, you know, see here, the river just looks all nice and peaceful. So I'm just like cruising down the river, has had this, you know, nice peaceful trip. And I get back to like the rental place, and I get back like 10 minutes before we're supposed to turn them in. So I kind of just hang out in the river waiting for Beryl to show up, and she never did. So about like 3 or 4 minutes before we were supposed to have them turned in, I was like, okay, maybe she just turned it in already and didn't wait on me and just left, like went up into the park or something. So I went up there, and the lady helped me take my kayak out, helped me get out of the water and stuff, didn't say anything. About the time I was getting out of the water, I saw this jet ski pulling a kayak up to the building, and I just thought, well, that's weird. It's like, did someone just leave their kayak out in the water and this jet ski is pulling it back or something? So it's like, I still thought it was weird. So I went up to like the booth where you check in and check out, and I was like, did my girlfriend come back? And she's like, and she just gets this look on her face, and she's like, wait, did you both split up? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, she went out into the middle of the lake and capsized or something. And I'm just like, what? And she's like, there's a jet ski bringing her back right now. So it just surprised me, because like I was, I've been on the river having my nice, you know, peaceful kayak like a kayak trip, and then I get out and find out the barrel is, you know, sunk out into the middle of the lake, and is being rescued by jet skiers. So, I mean, she said she had fun, so, you know, I guess it's fun. When I have enough daylight, if I walked fast, I could probably get down to the lake and probably have enough light so you could see how shallow it is. But then I'd have to walk all the way back in the dark. That would be fine. I mean, there's lights, but it wouldn't be stream fine. It's going to be questionable when I get down there if there's going to be enough light to see down in the water. Any votes? Does anyone want to see the lake a lot? Don't do that? Okay, I mean, I don't really care. I've walked down there and walked back in the dark quite a few times. I used to take the dog here walking sometimes, and I've come here quite a few times walking by myself after he died. So I've been here quite a few times. So I've walked back quite a few times in the complete dark. It's just not that nice streaming in the complete dark because the stream can't see anything. Huh, I guess I'll just turn around if I've kind of walked enough that I'd be fine to go back, but my knees have also been tired from not walking that much, and I was halfway thinking maybe I should just walk all the way down to the lake and get a really, really nice long walk in. I guess this is probably the winter. So the worst thing about walking down there after dark is then all the bugs come out, and when you're walking back, you get freaking just destroyed by bugs. I'll just walk down there. Or if I change my mind, I can just turn around whenever I change my mind and head back. I'd come down here a few times in the summer, and then there's just basically gnats you walk through on the way back. So you're just trying to keep bugs out of your eyes and try not to eat bugs on the way back. But I guess I haven't walked here in the winter after dark because it's usually cold by then, but it's still pleasant out here today. So I don't think I will get swarmed by bugs and have regrets. Oh, really? Nice. Was it of him in the back of the car staring at you like, why aren't you feeding me all the pretzels? Or was it something else? He really liked going to any park that had water he could get in. This park has multiple places he could get in the river. So this was one of his all-time favorite parks to go to. Oh, okay. Nice. That's funny. Oh, okay. So it must have been one that one of us sent you or something. It's right here. There's oh yeah, so here there's dirt all on the grass, and this is all muddy also. It's been like that since the flood. So I think the whole trail here, all this area was underwater. We should think so. The river. This isn't near as high as breach level compared to water level right now, but the river widens a lot here. So it's a lot thinner, like going through downtown under all those bridges. So I guess it kind of looks like it only got like, you know, back there through town. It was probably like, I don't know how high those are off the water level, like 12 or 15 feet above normal height. And here it's probably maybe only got up to like 8 feet above normal height or something, 6 or 8 feet. Most of it, you know, trail didn't flood because here's the levee right here. The trail was on top of the levee, and here it splits up, and one side's the parking lot, and then the trail, and you just have the sea levee in the middle. So just that's the only part of it that's on that side of the levee, because then here it crosses the levee and goes back down to the parking lot on the other side. And I don't think they ever closed it here. Like Green River, they closed the levees because like they had one levee breach that flooded part of town. And then down on, I don't remember, one of the other rivers, they had another levee breach that flooded like, I think like a few hundred houses or something before they got it stopped. But Cedar River was in danger of flooding the airport, but I don't think it was high enough that it was ever in danger of capping the levee here, or levee getting so saturated that it was like, you know, gonna give out or anything. So I don't think there was any danger of it like flooding Boeing over here and stuff. All right, almost down to the lake. Oh, there's a lone doggo coming down the trail by themselves. I don't know, there's a person behind me. Hello. It was like a long doggo. Like, I'll pet the doggo. But then I saw a person, it's like, well, it's rude to pet people's dogs without asking. And I didn't want to ask. But if the doggo's, you know, by itself, I'm clearly gonna go try to pet it. There's a boat ramp. And, it's a log, like, bathing area. It was a great place for Mog to go, you know, get in the river. One of the reasons he really liked this park. I liked hiking up in the mountains a lot on trails, but he would always, you know, be dying up there. Like get hot and not have any place to get in the water. So he always liked any trail that, you know, had water access. So yeah.
Oh, he got the speed. He got the speed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember if you had or not. Oh, nice. But I remember when we went over to Vantage and back, I think, what, you and Chicken sat in the back of the car? And then he would just, freaking sit there. And I remember part of the time on the way home, him just freaking like, having a fit, like whining for pretzels and stuff. Like he was like, man, we rode all the way back, all the way over here 2.5 hours in the car. I don't want to do that on the way home. And yeah, I figured maybe you took some then, but I didn't really remember you doing it or anything. All right, so we pretty much made it to the lake. Just to walk across the road a little bit further. Hello. Oh yeah, so when I did the other stream, I think I came out here and started trying to show people the lake, and it started pouring freaking rain. And by the time I got back to the car, I was like soaked. And it was like frozen half to death. It's a little lighter now, and that was also still when the river is flooded, and I didn't know what the yeah, so this is what I'm wondering about. See, so normally in the winter, all this is water, like where this dirt is, and there's dirt right there, and most of the place under the building's dirt, over on like that side. And there's all these like dirt, like sandbars out here now. There used to be a lot of some places with trees and stuff, but they were like, the water was deeper around them. That would be in the summer or in the winter, and then there was dirt like here and out there in the summer, because the lake drops like, I want to say like 2 or 3 feet between summer and winter. At least it seems like that. So now it looks like mostly there's a river channel with the water going out there, and then a little bit of water that comes through right here, and then the rest of it looks really, really shallow, like in the daytime when I've looked at it. So like I'm kind of wondering if all of this, like normally it'll drop enough that this will all be water, and then it'll be dry in the summer. So if this is already really dry, like how shallow is this whole area going to be in the summer? Like I'm kind of wondering if there's even going to be water here, and if the water's only going to be like in this channel between the logs, and how fast it's going to be moving, like if you'll even be able to paddle up under the bridge and go up the river or not. Like it's hard to tell, and but like this whole area all the way out to the very far out, like logs. Yeah, it is really nice. Basically the whole area all the way out to the very outside logs and to the logs over there is all way shallower than it used to be.
Oh wow, dude, was it like that? It wasn't like this though, it's in trees.
I think these ducks are hoping I'll feed them. Maybe.
Madeline, there's duckies! Come look at duckies!
Oh, look. A whole group of birds coming out.
What does that say? Yes swimming?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes swimming? You wanna go yes
My
swimming?
mom's gonna yell at
It says yes swimming.
you. My
It says
mom's gonna yell at you.
because of the phone, not because of Gracie.
Show me.
Here.
That just literally duckies. Quick, quick. Look how many there are. I can tell like
That's downtown Seattle right there. The building you can see. Took a really long time to focus back. That's just the only skyscrapers you can see over the like hill. But that's the taller ones. I guess there's a few over there you can see also. But yeah, this is still really pretty. I like, you know, the look of all the logs and stuff sticking out of the water. So if anything, it might look nicer than it did before. You know, probably not nice for kayaking and swimming, but, you know, nicer for just looks. I guess I'm gonna head back before it gets completely dark. It's still light enough. I guess I'll keep streaming because you'll feel to see a little bit of the walk back. I should go see, I've taken pictures. I should go see if I can find some good before and after pictures and put them on Discord so you can see number of trees and how much, if I can find some for like around the same time of the year. I can probably find, I don't know if I've come here last year or any other year in the winter or not. But, you know, I might be able to find some good before and after pictures of, you know, before flood and after flood. And like the difference in the like, in the daytime also, when you can see down in the water, you can see just how freaking like shallow it is now. And if you're used to what it would be like in the winter, it's like a really big difference. See, I think I should, oh yeah, switch to that. Wide angle looked horrendous. This will just bobble slightly more. You didn't see it? That guy was saying, the sign says, there's a big no swimming sign. He was saying yes swimming, and he picked up one of their kids and acted like he was gonna throw them over his head, over the railing into the lake. While he kept yelling yes swimming, and I'm just like, my goodness, the stuff that's going on beside me right now. It's kind of funny. Oh, look, the moon is really bright today. I didn't think he was serious, so I didn't get worried. But it's like still, you know, sometimes you'll hear people say yes swimming instead of no or something, but they're not like, you know, picking their kid up like they're about to freaking, you know, hurl them into the lake. So I'm just like, okay, this isn't worrisome, but maybe a little over the top. Oh, here, I'll walk down to the water here just for fun. So you can't put in motor boats here, but you can put in kayaks and canoes here. Can't see it in the dark, but the concrete goes all the way out to like out there. So if I'm gonna try to buy a kayak for this summer, I think. And then I can go kayaking as much as I want to, wherever I want. So this is one of the places I might go to sometime. Assuming the river's not so, like, you know, swift and maybe. And I just thought about it would be horrible to put in here and go down to the lake and then find out that the current's so strong that you can't paddle back up the river. I could go over to the other side of the lake and take out where there's another kayak launch, but then my car would be way over here, and that would suck pretty bad. I haven't kayaked enough. I don't know that I can just look at the water and just tell for sure if I can kayak back up it or not. It's different if you're starting in the lake and you can try to go up the river and back down, but it's more sketchy if you have to start in the river and assume you can paddle back up. So this might not be a good first place to go. I guess not. I mean, you need public access to the water where you're not just like getting out in someone's yard, which is on the way over back over that way, like from like when we were looking out, not like across the lake, but back over that way. There's another park that I could get out at. So it's not that far away. You don't have to go way out into the lake. Yeah. And I mean, I could take the kayak out, and that would be worst case. I'd have to take the kayak out and chain it up someplace and then walk back here, which would be probably like 1.5 to 2 mile walk. I'm guessing. I don't think it's 2 miles. Probably 1 mile or 1.5 mile walk to get back to the car. So it would be fine. It just might not be ideal. But yeah, it is a nice thing. You don't even need a boat launch or a kayak launch or anything. You just need yeah, I figured I would, because like I take a bike lock with me every place with my bike, even if I'm not planning on stopping someplace, because you never know when you're gonna have like a flat tire and you think you got everything out of the, you know, tire, and you put your new tube in and then it goes flat and then your patch kit doesn't work or something, and then next thing you know, you just don't have anything to fix your bike and no way to ride back, and you just have to go, chain your bike up and leave it and walk back to the car. Like, I'd probably most of the time push the bike back with me also, but if I didn't have a lot of daylight or something, I can walk back a lot faster not pushing the bike. And if it's an area of town that I think no one's gonna freaking cut the chain and steal it anyways, I'd be fine with just leaving it and then walking back to the car and picking it and then going and getting it. So I figured kayaking would be a good thing also. I most of the time would also. I can walk faster. Like, I guess it would depend on... Alright, I wanted to see if I could get up here without scaring them. There's see 2 herons here in the lake, in the river. Yeah, that is true. Depends on how heavy the kayak is. I've gone kayaking before and had kayaks that I could just barely pick up. I never tried picking up any of the ones I've rented. And my arms are a lot stronger than they used to be. So I might be able to pick up all of them fine now. But I've years ago, had a hard time, if I I was thinking about getting a kayak and I could put it on my car or something, but I was only going to barely be strong enough to pick up the kayak and put it on my car. And if I went kayaking someplace, I was thinking well, if I went kayaking till my arms were dead, would I even be able to pick it up and get it up on top of the car? But yeah, walking back, you can usually just prop it up on one of your shoulders and carry it and it'd be fine. I'm also a lot stronger than I used to be. Yeah, so you don't really have to support the weight. As long as you can prop it up and hold it enough to sit it on your shoulder and it's not just, digging into your shoulder so bad. It probably wouldn't be fun, but you could always switch shoulders and probably be better than just leaving it someplace. Unless you just had a great place to leave it and chain it up. Just like the bike. I'd probably just walk back with a bike, because that would be better than leaving it there and worrying about and having to come back and get it and stuff. Unless it was a ride where I rode 12 miles from my car and then had an unfixable flat tire. And it's well, crap, I'm gonna have to walk back 12 miles. And it takes a while to walk 12 miles. So the extra speed I could walk without the bike would really make a difference if it was something like that. But at that point, I probably would just get an Uber to take me back to my car, because I'm just not going to make it back to my car before, unless I'm someplace that's open 24/7, I wouldn't make it back to my car before the park closed. So, at that point, I'm probably just going to chain up my bike and try to get an Uber back to the car. Unless I'm, out in the forest or something. It's kind of At least places I mountain bike around here, mountain biking, I never get very far from the car, more than like a couple miles. You know, maybe 3 or 4 miles at the most. So it'd usually be like if I was in town riding on a, you know, paved road is the only time I'd ride enough miles to get that far away, like biking. So there's ducks all out here. All out on the side of the river. It's like ducks everywhere. Pretty cool. I think I've said this before, but I've been like up there, like going through downtown a few times, and around like dusk, a little before dusk, you'll see a lot of ducks going down the river. I think they all come down to here where it's wide, or either out into the lake and basically spend the night, which would make sense. There's probably less, like, you see quite a few coyotes around here, even in the town, so there's probably less, you know, predators and stuff closer to the lake, I would assume. So it kind of seems like this time of day they've all come down the river and they group up along the edge of the river or in the lake to spend the night. The river is a lot, like I could kayak up until like this bridge, so the river is a lot slower down here also. So if they're just hanging out in the water, it's probably easier. More just stationary water or slower moving. But yeah, as far as the kayaking, I thought I would probably try to buy a kayak. I'm not going to become like a kayak streamer exactly. Like, I think there's not that many different places to go kayaking. Not as many as there are. Well, I actually don't know. There's probably as many places to go kayaking as going biking. As far as if you want to go bike on trails and not just ride down the road in the car. In traffic. There's so many rivers around and like the lake in different areas of the lake. But it'd probably get more boring than, well, more boring for me and more boring for people to watch. Walking, I have a bigger variety of places to go. Also, it's slightly harder to keep up a chat on a kayak and keep all my stuff dry, but I thought it would be fun sometimes. I've never gotten a kayak because, like, I always, I got a canoe. At one point, I traded somebody a mountain bike for a canoe. And tried to sit in the canoe and decided that I was not a competent enough person at balancing to be in a canoe, because you sit like quite a bit higher up out of the water than a kayak. And this was like a really, really old, like metal canoe. So it was like huge and really heavy also. It was more like a 2-person canoe. And I think nobody really wanted to ride. Yeah. So I went with my dad and brother one time, I think. My dad and my brother and his wife, because they had kayaks. And I think 2 of them took the canoe and one of them let me go in their kayak. And that's the only time I think it's ever been used. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't, it might be fine, but you know, most of the time I feel kind of clumsy. And the amount of times I've, like, you know, tripped and dislocated my knee or hurt my ankles and stuff like that, it just seems like, you know, maybe I am clumsy. And I just don't like the ideas of not, I wouldn't want to get in the canoe unless I was planning on swimming, basically. I don't know I have that much trust in myself to not turn it over. And I have basically a 2-person canoe, and I don't think anyone else would get in a canoe with me either, unless they also want to go swimming. And my canoe is kind of too big for just one person to, like, it's like huge. I say my canoe because it's still sitting at my parents' house, but it's like really long. Like, my dad can put it in his pickup truck, and it's as long as his whole pickup truck, basically. Oh, really? Cool. All right, cool. So it's been used like at least twice. If you and him took it on Parksville Lake. Wait. My dad and I went to a lake and camped out in the middle of the lake for 2 nights, 3 days. You nearly said the areas. That sounds cool though, camping out for 2 nights. There's a paddling campground at North Cascade National Park. I think I was pointing it out on stream and talking about wanting a kayak then last time I went up there. It's on the bank, but like, so it's not on the island, but there's no trails going to it. You can't even hike in. You have to put in, it was actually, I think you were there fish. I don't remember who all was there. Okay, the place that I stopped and sat my Starlink out on the beach and walked down close to the water, I think I was talking about the campground up on the overlook, and then I went down closer to the water right before dark. That's over where the like boat ramp is. So you basically put in there and you can kayak down the lake. So it's not super far. I think you only have to kayak like a half mile or maybe a mile max to get to it. But it'd still be really cool putting in there and like kayaking all the way down to a campground. It look like most of the campsites are like, you know, right by the water and stuff. So I mean, I haven't gone camping in years, and I've gone so long without camping or even sleeping other places that now most of the time, if I stay any place, like if I go stay someplace, and there's like, I just don't sleep because there'll be like noises and stuff that'll like wake me up. last time I went camping, I basically only slept like 2 hours one of the nights. So I don't know how much I'm like kind of iffy about even camping, because I don't know if I'm going to sleep enough to not be like miserable the next day. So I don't know how much I actually want to go kayak out to a campground like that when I don't even know if I'm going to sleep decently. But, you know, it seems like it could be fun. I kind of want to do it. Part of me wants to do it, and part of me thinks it's a ridiculous idea. That would end up not being fun because I'd be sleep deprived or something. Anyways, I am back at the car. So, yeah. Yeah, I think before I do any like backpacking, where I backpack in camp, or I, you know, kayak in or something, I should do some just like drive in, like car camping, and see how I sleep. And if I sleep okay, then, and get used to camping, then I can go, you know, consider kayaking in or backpacking. Because I think you had said something about if I, you know, ever came down and visited, that we could go hike up a trail someplace and camp. And I was thinking the same thing about that. Like, hiking up this long trail would be fun, but it'd be tiring. But if I did that and then I only slept like 2 hours or something, then the next day would just be, you know, quite awful. Probably.
Video mode. Recording started. Wi-Fi is on.
Uh-huh. You see, so I used to sleep pretty good, I feel like, when I think I got what you meant. If you have a pretty good sleep system and you can sleep, then, or whatever you, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I feel like I used to sleep really well. Like, I remembered even on vacation I'd mostly sleep well. When I lived at my parents', I stayed up late a lot of the time and would sleep, like, you know, until noon or something. And yeah, car camping gear. Beryl has a tent and sleeping bag and some stuff like that I could use. So I could go, I wouldn't have to buy anything just to go camp out, you know, drive someplace and camp. It's like, some of the stuff might be, she has some pretty small stuff. I don't know that I have, you know, backpacking stuff, but for car camping I have all the camping stuff already. But yeah, I feel like I used to sleep pretty good. When I was at my parents', they could go, like, you know, vacuum the house and do all kinds of stuff, and I'd sleep through any of it. And then the first few places I lived by myself, there was a lot of, like, outside noises. Like, and I lived in, like, a few apartments, and one of them was, like, close to the road, and, like, loud trucks would drive by, and those would wake me up sometimes. But I mostly, like, slept fine, and I felt like I could sleep anywhere. And then last time I went camping was when I was used to staying in the last house I lived in out in the country, and I just got used to it being quiet all the time, but not too quiet. And then I remember I went camping, and part of that, the problem was I was used to being on night shift, basically. And then I had to try to go to bed early, like, you know, like 8 hours earlier than I normally would. And also, I wasn't used to it being, like, I lived in the country, but I had like air filters I'd run in the house and stuff that made noise, so I wasn't used to it being just so eerie quiet. Like, we camped in this campground up on top of a mountain, and there was absolutely no light. Like, you turn your light off and you couldn't see anything, and I'm not used to that. And I wasn't used to it being so quiet. And that plus the, you know, yeah, it was like really like, well, that's the thing is, I should add to this, I felt like I slept pretty good until I got a job that was swing shift, and I switched my sleep around all the time, and I have never slept good since then. I've gotten where I sleep better now. Like, I sleep good now if I have ideal sleeping conditions, but I've never just been able to sleep good any place ever since then. Yeah, so for me, like, the last, like, 6 or 7 years, I feel like I lost my ability to sleep good. Like, I'll get a really nice sleep, like, sleeping in my house now with all the sounds I'm used to. I can, but that's, like, ideal situation, and if I go any other place, like, I used to just, like, the light didn't have to be perfect and the sound didn't have to, and I'd just sleep through it. But it's like I just am bad at sleeping now. Like, even now compared to then, I used to be able to, like, lay down and go to sleep faster. And now, you know, a lot of times if I haven't gotten up early enough the day before where I'm not, like, sleep deprived, like, if I slept really good and then I go to bed, like, normal time the next night, that will just make me not exhausted enough that I'll end up freaking, like, laying there for, you know, 30 minutes or an hour or something before I actually fall asleep. And so I guess I end up getting good sleep, but I don't probably sleep, you know, I don't find it easy to go to sleep. Like, I really don't find it easy to go to sleep. So, I guess anything that, like, is abnormal just kind of makes it hard for me to sleep. Oh, really? Also, I didn't respond to the sleeping pad message. Sorry, I got on and responding to other stuff. So so we both got distracted because I kept on talking about what I was talking about and then responded to your next message. Yeah, so I actually don't have a sleeping pad, I guess. Beryl has 2 or 3 sleeping pads, I think, but they're really, really, really thin, like, kind of roll-up backpack ones, and I don't think I can. Depends on what it's lying on, but I don't know if I can sleep on one of those without and not be able to, like, not move the next day. If I can sleep on my back, it'd be fine. I can't. It'd probably be fine. Like the 1-inch thick sleeping pads, I don't know if yeah, I think she has some of the, like, just foam ones that aren't inflatable. I don't remember if any of hers are inflatable or not. Because I've had oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember which ones they are. Yeah, I've had, like, a tent-sized sleeping pad before. That's one of the inflatable ones. It's like foam, and you inflate it, so. And it was, like, a really big one that inflated up to, like, 4 inches thick or something, and I slept great on that. I got rid of it because it got so old that the glue just started coming apart, like, where the 2 pieces of fabric were glued together, and it was just gonna be, like, I thought, a nightmare to try to go re-glue it all together. So I just got rid of it. I had it until I moved up here, and then when I was trying to get rid of everything I could before I moved up here, I decided it was one of the things that wasn't worth keeping. I could just go buy another one. So yeah, I need to get some kind of pad. So recommendations would be nice. And then if I decide to go, unless Beryl has a blow-up one nicer, She has some pieces of like memory foam that they might be too long to go into a normal size tent. I don't think so. I think they're just about as long as me. So if the tent's long enough that I could lay down in it. She has some big, thick pieces of memory foam that if I'm just car camping, I could stick inside a tent and sleep on. They're like thick foam, so definitely not anything you'd want to carry very far, but because they're like huge. They don't really roll up much at all, but you know. I might could do that, or I might need to buy one. But yeah. It does make me want to go camping. I was gonna try to go camping this summer, and then I just put it off until it got late and cold. This next summer, I'll actually... Oh. Yeah, I think I hadn't seriously looked at them in years, but I think the last time I kind of casually looked at them at REI, they looked kind of expensive. At least the ones that REI sold. It seemed like they were all like, most of them were like $200 or $300. Fish, you just reminded me also that I haven't read the book yet. Because I clicked on one of your sleeping pad messages. Hey, I have a good time. The book would be a great thing to do while I'm bored at work eating lunch. Because I'll usually get on Twitch and try to find somebody to watch. Like on Friday, I watch Syria when I'm on lunch break. No, not if I never read it. I just won't ever get any culture. Yeah. Usually on Friday, I watch Syria. But on Thursday, I usually don't have anyone to watch. So maybe on Thursday, while I eat lunch, I can read part of the book. Read the book and eat. I'll try to remember to do that. I might actually... That'd probably be the, you know... the nicest time to. Oh yeah, these sleeping pads are like also like $200, but probably be nice. Oh, it's a blow-up pillow? Cool. Oh, I see. Okay. Turn both his blocks black. I guess he has channel point redeems to change the block colors. Sounds horrible. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because last time you had your okay. Seems cool. You have a nice blow up mat and blow up pillow. Oh, okay. It doesn't take up much room. Because it's like a blow up one. It's not that expensive either. I mean, it's just a little tiny pillow. But compared to the, compared to the mats, but it's also, oh, I guess it's on sale right now for like $20 off. Oh, you have the colors memorized. Wait, so one's slightly different than the other? So you don't actually, like, make him die? Like, I thought you make them both the same color so you can't read it. So it's actually doable, it's just hard? Anyways, yeah, maybe I'll go camping. Last year, I kept putting it off. Oh, okay, so you are basically the same. Okay. Anyways, maybe I'll go camping this year. Maybe I actually do it. I did last summer after not doing stuff most of the time I've lived up here. I did go to like Rainier and North Cascade and stuff like that before it got winter. And I did go over to Olympic like a few weeks ago. And this summer, part of the thing last summer is I didn't want to spend too much money. This summer I should actually have money to spend. Like some money. So like I won't feel guilty driving too far away from the house and spending too much money on gas, even if I don't spend the night, and would be able to spend the night someplace if I wanted to. So, probably end up doing more stuff like out in the mountains. So anyways, alright, thank you for all the links, fish. I'll look at them all. Are those like literally identical? Yeah, I looked at all this stuff now a little bit. I'll look at it better later on, probably sometime tonight. Thank you for all of the sleeping bag links. I'm gonna go home and drink coffee before it gets any later. And then I think I might start moving my stuff downstairs. Oh, I see. So not literally, but noticeably. I don't know how you would notice that. I assume they're like noticeably the same color. And I could see 10 to 56 being able to tell a difference a bit. I don't think I'm going to tear my computer apart tonight, but I can go there's some other stuff in the room. I could go move that all around. So I might go home and try to oh, I see. I think I understand. Oh, okay. Wait, so... Wait, let me read. Let me read all this again and. Oh, that's now I understand those other codes. Okay, 0A is 10 in decimal. Yeah. Since the hex code is RGB with each component having 002FF. This one for... Okay, I think it took Peanut Brain a really long time, but I think Peanut Brain has a slight grasp, and it kind of makes sense. I don't think I could explain it back to you, but I think I get what you're saying. Oh, okay. Wait, so how the codes that you did, how is 000 would be like all off, so like just pitch black? What is the 001010101? Interesting. Yeah, I've never understood codes super well. Like, color codes. Like, I've messed with color codes mostly just working on avatar stuff. But I've never understood them enough. Like, I could go pick a color and then see the code and then go type in the code, but I've never understood the codes enough to be able to go tell you what a color would be by looking at the code. Like, at all. Because I guess that's actually the only, like, color code. The only time I've ever really messed with color codes is, like, working on avatar stuff, basically. Or at least the only time in, like, you know, recent years at all. Well, I remember it. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand that. I'm tired now. I need to go drink caffeine for a second coffee in the day. Oh, I have some bad news. So, the coffee at the coffee shop is a lot stronger than their coffee machines, or, you know, professional ones, and they extract a lot more caffeine, it seems like, than our machine at home. So I'm getting even more addicted to coffee. Now, the coffee at home already didn't really hype me up. Eight bit, 3 would be 3-bit, I think. Oh, okay. Okay, so, alright, I'll describe coffee. This might be a bit extreme, but okay, so coffee hasn't really hyped me up in a while. It's just if you don't drink coffee, you're tired and you don't feel like being alive. And if you do drink coffee, you feel normal. I shouldn't say not feel like being alive. That's taking it too far. If you don't drink coffee, you're just tired and you're just like, you want to go to sleep or something. If you do drink coffee, you actually feel normal. It doesn't hype me up. So now, the coffee at work actually hypes me up. I've actually figured out, if I drink coffee and I drink it again like a few hours later, it actually makes me jittery. And I haven't had caffeine makes me jittery in a while. But I never would ever drink 2 strong coffees in a day, because there's no way I'm paying for 2 in a day. Like, I would never go to 2 coffee shops in a day. I have like a few times, but not very often. So I guess I've never ran into this problem of drinking too much coffee in a day, because like I just, you know, I could probably drink like, but like there I get, you know, free lattes, so I'll drink 2, and there's been a few days and 2 have been too much. Like if I drink coffee at home also, and then I drink a latte, and then I drink the second one close after that, it's been like, my goodness, this much caffeine. I don't know. I feel jittery. Diluting your work coffee. I could also just do a 1-shot latte instead of 2 shots. But anyways, I'm slightly worried because I'm fixing to also go to working 3 days a week there instead of 2 days a week. So then it'll be 3 days of, I'm slightly worried I'm going to get addicted to professional caffeine amounts of caffeine, and then I'll drink coffee at home, and then I'll just never even feel like I drink any coffee. But, I mean, it's still only 3 days. I have the other 5 days to counter it. And I could always just, you know, only drink 1 latte. But yeah, anyways, that's the bad news, is I might get more addicted to caffeine. I don't know if that's exactly bad news, but, you know, I'm a professional drug dealer now. Like, I literally give people caffeine for pay. And, you know, drink, you know, way more caffeine than I'm used to, because I thought caffeine didn't do anything to me, and it's like, no, I just haven't been drinking a lot of caffeine compared to what I'm doing now. Anyways, I guess I'll go actually raid someone now and stop. Oh, there's also tea I could drink at work too instead of coffee. The tea has less caffeine in it than the coffee does. But I think when I told you I was going to be a barista, you said that was dangerous or something, Fish. Like, because I'm already, or it might be bad for my health. So I just figured, I was like, oh, well, I'm finding out it could be bad for my health. Or not ideal, so you know. But I don't think really bad. Who would have thought that you know, are a barista, you get a, you know, you drink a lot of coffee. Alright, I'm gonna raid the Laquas. They're streaming Beat Saber, and I don't ever get to raid them. I hadn't in a very, very long time. I don't think. Alright, so anyways, I'll see you all later. It was nice chatting. I like talking about the camping stuff and learning a little about color codes. I just don't know how super great I understand them, but it's better than I did. But good night, Fish, and good night, Erie. I hope you, and anyone else that's here, I hope you have a nice rest of your nights. You said you were too sore today, but if you want to, I'll try to. We should plan some multiplayer one day. Maybe we should try to play multiplayer before I tear my computer apart. I don't know. But only the regular size pad is on sale, and you'd probably want the longer wide one. Oh, yeah, I really don't. It's harder for me to sleep if my feet like really hang off a lot, so I probably would want a longer one if you can get a longer version of a pad. Anyways, ready to start. I'll see you all later.